Good afternoon. First video of the day, for me anyways, the preview of course I did last night. So 4 games this morning, they're all done. Now we can all enjoy the Super Bowl, or try to enjoy the Super Bowl. I'm mildly concerned only because Cincinnati, the first 2 times they went to the Super Bowl, it didn't turn out the way that I wanted it to as a Bengals fan, and they're the Bengals, right? They can't win because they're the Bengals. So that's just, it's not possible that the Bengals, it's just not possible. All right. That being said, Ottawa goes in against Washington, a team they had lost 10 in a row against. And today, they figure things out. It's Forsberg versus Samsonov. Anton Forsberg quietly having a pretty darn good year. So I've been talking about Matt Murray and how he's turned his stats around. Forsberg's having a good year too. It's making a big difference for the Ottawa Senators getting this kind of goaltending. Early power play for the Sens. Pretty good penalty kill, though, by Washington. No shots allowed on that one. Caps then get a power play. During their power play, it's a shorthanded marker for Ottawa. This is where, the power play has been costing Washington games. This is that narrative. 4-minute scores from Connor Brown and Zaitsev at 5:34. Then there's a shorthanded break for Paul that was defended. So, yeah, they got to watch those shorthanded breaks. Carlson has a shot that's blocked. That is killed off. There's just the one shot for the Capitals, numerous shots for Ottawa, and a goal during that power play. Caps press at 9.5 minutes. The Senators get a rush after that. Sens seem to be the sharper team thus far, and they remained the sharper team through most of this game. Caps get zone time, but the Senators were shot blocking, and Gaudette makes it 2-0 from Sanford and Tierney at 15:11. In that one, Gaudette just goes around Samsonov. Again, Gaudette seems to be having a very good time in Ottawa right now. Sprong has a blasted save. There was a late Orlov shot that goes high. With 10.5 seconds left in the first period, the Caps get a power play. It rolls over into the second period where the Caps score. It's Backstrom from Ovechkin and Carlson at 45 seconds, and it's buried on a rebound. So Ovechkin's shot was too hard for Forsberg to hold on to, and Backstrom gets the goal. Caps then are looking for the tie. Hagelin's denied and close. Wilson gets robbed. The Caps are really controlling the game at this point. Paul has a net feed. That's broken up. The Senators get a power play. Tkachuk took a hit to the head. That's what the penalty was for. He would return. 44 seconds of 5-on-3 happens not too long after. The Senators call a timeout. Chabot hits a crossbar. He hasn't had I think they said it's 92 games since he's had a power play goal. Make it 93. And that one's killed off. We then get a power play for the Caps that follows that. That was killed off by the Senators. And then Tkachuk, who's back. He's apparently okay after the head hit. He scores from Josh Brown and Nick Paul at 18:24. Tkachuk then can't hit the buzzer beater, but they come out of that second period up 3-1 over the Washington Capitals. So pretty good game to that point for the Ottawa Senators. Third period. Sens press at 2 minutes. Sanford and Ennis had chances that were saved. McMichael has a shot that's saved as the Capitals press. Caps still out of sync. And it's weird because the shots would tell you they had a lot of really good opportunities, but yeah, it's weird. They did outshoot Ottawa, but they still just seem to be off. Wilson flattens Chabot. It was a clean hit, but you flatten a star player, you're going to have to answer the bell, and he does. He fights with Paul as a result. Schultz then had a chance that goes wide. The Capitals would press, but then on a rush goal, Connor Brown from Tkachuk and Tierney at 10:29, and he fired it far side. So he goes to the right and then shoots against the grain, and it goes in past Samsonov. Senators get a power play. It then becomes 1 minute and 6 seconds of 5-on-3. Well, the Senators can't score with a 5-on-3. So not only do the Capitals kill it off, they don't allow a shot during that 5-on-3. 2:27 left. The Caps get a power play. Becomes a 6-on-4 immediately because they're down by 3. Ovechkin has a chance to deflect wide. Wilson hits a post. The Senators did kill it off, and they win the game 4-1. They go to 17-24-4. For the Capitals, they're 26-15-9 now, and that's 5 home losses in a row. So Washington's having problems at home. Shots 12-7 Ottawa in the first, 15-9 Washington in the second, 12-5 Washington in the third. Didn't feel like that kind of a period, though. Final shots 34-26 for the Caps. Power plays, Ottawa 0 for 5. The Capitals won for 4, but they allow the shorthanded goal as well. Hits 36-29 for Washington. Forsberg saves 33 out of 49. Samsonov saves 22 out of 26 at the other end. So for the Caps, it's a setback. We'll put it that way. It's a setback. Next up, Buffalo. So, it's always weird when I put this jersey on, because to me, having the Sabres logo here, and it just feels like it's too much. So I'm glad when they went back to this style of a design, they didn't put the Sabres logo on the shoulders too. Anyways, Anderson versus Montembeault was the matchup in this one. Early press by the Sabres. The Habs had a 2-on-1 that couldn't get the puck in the net. Puck goes the other way. Skinner scores from Fitzgerald and Tuck at 3:41. That was his 17th of the season. Skinner's having a good year, and today's game will probably call more attention to that. Habs get a chance on a turnover. The Sabres would press at 7 minutes. Byron has a rush chance that's saved. Long stretch without a whistle. We get over 5 minutes without a whistle here. Habs get a power play. It then becomes a 4-on-4. Everything gets killed off there. Suzuki with a rush chance that's saved. We go to the second period. The score still 1-0 for Buffalo. Early Hoffman chance is fired wide, and then he buries one. He scores from Schoenemann and Byron at 1:11, so that ties up the game. Cousins then has a shot that's kicked aside. Olofsson with the net feed, that was blocked. Eakin, wrap around for him, that wouldn't go. Sabres press at 6 minutes. The Habs get a power play. Caulfield's stick explodes. Yeah, so Caulfield, that was probably his best chance in the game. It's killed off. Shots are 7-4 for the Sabres at the half, and then at 10:15, Skinner gets his 18th of the season from Dahlin, and so that makes it 2-1 for Buffalo. However, Montreal answers pretty quickly, and it's Petrie who's been the topic of a lot of discussions from Montreal fans right now. And yes, he is very likely on the block, and apparently they're not willing to take or to retain any cap money on him. So Petrie scores from Evans and Pitlick at 11:13. Gallagher then had a net drive that was defended, and at 16:09, it's Armia with his first goal in 19 games that gives Montreal their first lead of the game from Paling and Kulak. So Montreal's got a lead. They're looking pretty good at this stage. What happens? Well, the Sabres get a power play, and they score on it. It's Tage Thompson from Krebs and Skinner at 18:24. So Skinner with 2 goals and an assist at that point. The Habs would try to answer. But after the second period, the score's 3-3. Pretty entertaining game. Third period. Early press by the Sabres. Skinner had a net drive that was defended. The shots are 6-1 for the Habs 7 minutes into the period. However, there's a mistake, and Skinner jumps on it, goes in alone, and he scores at 8:15. That's the hat trick goal. So Skinner with 3 today, and that brings him up to 19 on the season. Weidman's then robbed. Sabres get a power play. Tuck misses an empty net there. The Habs would clear it out. We get 23 seconds of 4-on-4, and then the Habs get a power play. That's all killed off. The Habs did manage 3 shots in that shorter power play. Tuck has a chance that's saved in the final 2 minutes. However, Skinner gets his 4th goal of the game and 20th of the season from Tuck at 18:14. And don't look now. There is an outside chance. We're 47 games into the season. He's at 20 goals. There's an outside chance he gets 40. There's a pretty good chance Skinner could end up with 35 goals this year. So, yeah, from Tuck on that one, Tuck's second assist of the game. I think Alex Tuck has been a really good addition for the Buffalo Sabres. He's above a point per game right now. So the shots in this one, the 5-3 victory, as they would pull the goalie to no avail. Petrie hits the side of the net, but yeah, it's a 5-3 win for Buffalo. They go to 15, 24, and 8. Montreal 8, 33, and 7. They've won 8 out of 48 games. Man, shots 12-8 Buffalo in the first, 12-11 Buffalo in the second, 13-7 Montreal in the third. Final shots 32-31 for the Habs. Power plays Buffalo 1 for 3, Montreal 0 for 3. Hits 24-19 for Montreal. Anderson saves 29 out of 32. And Montembeault saves 26 out of 31. Oh, I spelled it wrong up there. I spelled it the same as Freddie Anderson. So it's Craig Anderson. Freddie Anderson wasn't moved over to Buffalo over the last few hours. So, yeah, Craig Anderson had a good game. And he keeps moving up the wins list. I know he passed somebody today. Anyways, sorry I didn't write it on the board, but I know there was somebody he passed on the all-time wins list today. Not bad for a goaltender that 2 years ago we thought was probably done at the NHL level. All right, moving along. Pittsburgh. So the Penguins, this was a really good game for New Jersey. The Devils played really, really well, but eventually Pittsburgh chips away and they find a way to break through. And this was a needed victory for Pittsburgh, who've had some trouble lately. So it's Jarry versus Gillies in this one. New Jersey wearing the jersey. First minute press by the Penguins. The shots were only 2 apiece at 8 minutes. And it felt like if New Jersey could keep this game at a slow pace and few shots and opportunities, that they had a pretty good chance of winning it, right? Penguins getting zone time, not shots. So the Penguins were setting up, they were getting it, but they either shot blocks by New Jersey or they were getting those pucks intercepted and New Jersey was getting it out. Geertsen had 5 hits in the first 15 minutes of the game. Interestingly enough, New Jersey only ends up with 19 in the game, so I guess he didn't keep producing hits at that pace. Penn's press with 2.5 minutes left. Bastian has a rush chance that's saved. VC has one that hits the side of the net, but we're scoreless after 1. Second period. Penguins get a power play. Shorthanded chance for Sharangovich was saved. That's killed off, that power play. Shots remaining even, which I thought, again, good for New Jersey. They were staying up. The shot totals were relatively low, and they were keeping up with the Penguins at this point. Puck goes in for the Devils, but it's waved off. Goalie interference, no problem, no worries. And then Hughes makes up for it by getting the opening goal anyways from Sharangovich and Zacha at 7 minutes and 2 seconds. So it's 1-0 for New Jersey. The Penguins, they would press at 8.5 minutes looking for the tying goal. Aston Reese is denied. His next shot ends up deflecting out. The shots are 6-4 for the Penguins at the half. VC with a net drive. Jari saves there. Then it's Matheson with his 7th of the year from Ruedel and Boyle at 13-16. Boquist tries to answer that in New Jersey's favor. Devils get a power play. And it is unsuccessful. Then there's a too many men call with 1.5 minutes left, and the Penguins get a power play. So Rust fires one wide. Letang has a shot that's saved, and so there's 30 seconds of that power play that rolls over into the third period in a 1-1 tie. The Devils finish the kill. However, right after the kill's done at 36 seconds, so 6 seconds after that ends, Rust scores from Letang and Crosby. So it's one of those ones where you've survived. However, they end up scoring anyways, so it's 2-1 Pittsburgh at that point. But Hischier answers. He puts one in off Letang from Tatar and Severson at 2:51. That's a 4-game goal-scoring streak for Hischier. And then the Devils try to get the lead. Bastian knocks down Jari, goes off to the box for a tripping call, and it was a trip. That's killed off. The pace is picking up, and then at 6:58, it's Boyle scoring from Matheson. So Matheson with the goal and an assist. That puts Pittsburgh back in the lead 3-2. Hischier then has a rush chance that's saved. With 8:22 left, the Devils get a power play. The Penguins kill it off, and then as soon as it's done, they pressure as well. Hughes has a rush chance that's saved, and Severson during that same set of plays, he is saved as well. 2:13 left. Devils call a timeout. They also pull the goaltender. That allows the empty netter for Gensel from Rust and Crosby at 18:53. You know they wanted to get it to Crosby, but Crosby's way back there, and Gensel's up ahead, so he puts it in the empty net. Crosby's still at 499 goals. I don't think he's going to care. I think he's going to be happy with a couple of assists today and how things turned out. So Pittsburgh wins 4-2. They go to 30, 11, and 8 overall. New Jersey drops to 17, 27, and 5. The shots, 8 apiece in the first, 12-9 Pittsburgh in the second, 15-13 Pittsburgh in the third. Final shots, 35-30 for Pittsburgh. Power plays, the Penguins 0 for 3, New Jersey 0 for 2. Hits 20-19 for Pittsburgh. Jari saves 28 out of 30 at one end, and Gillies saves 31 out of 34 at the other. I was kind of surprised to see the 3 stars that Gillies was in there and Jari wasn't, because I thought Jari played very well, but 3 stars are as they are, and very subjective when you do the 3 stars and all that. All right, last game of the day. Colorado in against Dallas. So, of course, I'm using the reverse retro Colorado, which is the Nordiques logo for this. I thought I'd use some throwbacks. So it's Kemper versus Holtby, and the Stars wearing the Rave jerseys, which they had a pretty good record in, but today it's Colorado. I mean, there's only so much you can do against the Avs. So, wide open start, very few shots, but a wide open start is a fast game, and I think that favors Colorado a bit. Landeskog scores from McKinnon and Makar at 5:31. It's a deflected shot, and it's the second shot of the game, and it's indicative of how the game's going to go for Dallas. Avs showing some good puck pressure, too. Dallas didn't have an easy puck to themselves in that first half of the period. Makar has a blast that's saved. Hintz had a rush chance the other way after that. That was saved as well. And I felt at this point, I put up here, track meet would favor the Habs if this stays wide open. The problem is that's how the Hintz line gets goals too. So the way that the Hintz line produces offense is also the way that most of the Avs produce offense. Shots are 6-3 for the Avs at the half, and then on their 9th shot, they score. It's Kadri from Makar at 11:51. Stars still at 3 shots at this point, and they looked pretty overwhelmed. Avs were shot blocking when the Stars tried pressing back. The Stars only had 5 shots in that first period. So we go to the second, which is a much better period for Dallas, but Darcy Kemper was there. Early chances for the Stars, they would press. Kemper holds on to it, makes saves when needed. Robertson has a wraparound that wouldn't go. Dallas gets a power play. Robertson's shot was saved. That power play's killed off. The Stars get another power play. That's unsuccessful as well. Burakovsky hits a post. That was the second post for the Avs during the same set of pressured chances that they had there. Stars nearly score, but the puck did not completely cross the line. What's weird is the horn sounds so they can go review that the puck didn't enter the net. Well, they waved it off that the puck didn't enter the net. So I'm not sure why the horn sounded, because the puck didn't. If the horn sounds 9 times out of 10, it's because the puck's in the net and they want to tell you. Yeah, no, the puck wasn't in. Good call. All right, sure. Thanks for calling, guys. So Dallas gets their 3rd power play of the second period, and this to me is the turning point. There's a shorthanded break that draws a Stars penalty, so it becomes a 4-on-4. Everything gets killed off, but that's 3 power plays for Dallas just in the second period, and the Avs kill them all off. So the Avs press after all those kills are done, and they're up 2-0 after the second period. Third period. Early Stars giveaway, the Avs press on that. Raffl had a rush chance that was saved. Michael Raffl might have been the best, most consistent forward for Dallas today, which is a compliment to Raffl, but it's a bit of an indictment too to some of the other forwards for Dallas who just were absolutely smothered by the Avs defense today. Newhook has a rush. That shot block takes effect there. Avs keeping the clock moving and keeping the Stars to the outside. The shots are 3-2 for the Avs at 6 minutes, but it really felt like everybody just wanted to go watch the Super Bowl, so let's just keep this rolling. McKinnon couldn't bury one as the Avs press. Kubel drills one way over the net. I'm surprised it hit the glass and it didn't just clear it, but then he puts the next one in the net. He scores from Jost and Nichushkin at 13:50, and that was a really strong shift by the Avs that set that up. So Nichushkin, against his former team, gets an assist. He feels good about that. And then the Stars pull their goaltender because sure, Landeskog then, should there have been a penalty on the play? Maybe. Heiskanen wanted a penalty. Landeskog gets the puck, puts it in the empty net at 18:10. I would say with the 3 power plays they had all in the second period, I don't know that it necessarily would have mattered. I understand the frustration, though, for Dallas. They lose 4-0. Colorado goes to 34-8-4. They haven't lost in regulation in a while. They have quite the point streak going. For Dallas, they're 25-19-2 with the loss. The shots in this one, 13-5 Colorado in the first, 14-7 Dallas in the second, 10-4 Colorado in the third. Masterful third period on the road by Colorado. Final shots, 30-23 Colorado. The Avs only had 1 power play, unsuccessful. Dallas had 3. The less spoken about them, the better. Hits 15-14 Dallas. Kemper saves all 23 for his 22nd shutout of his career. Second shutout this season with Colorado. And again, Kemper is quietly getting his stats into some of the upper echelon of goaltenders. Holtby saves 26 out of 29 at the other end. And he looked like he'd been off for a while. He did look a little bit dull in certain parts, not quite so sharp. But again, I don't think it would have mattered. I think you could have put Belfour in his prime in the net for Dallas today, and I don't think the result would have been much different. So there you go. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below as always. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through. You just happened upon this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, for all your support. I will talk to you again soon.